Hey guys, this is Martin from AI Security Expert, and today I want to talk a little bit about Stride GPT. So if you're not familiar with Stride, Stride is a threat modeling methodology developed by Microsoft, and it stands for S for spoofing, T for tampering, R for repudiation, and I for information disclosure, D for denial of service, and E for elevation of privilege. And it's a methodology or threat modeling methodology. And I stumbled across a GitHub repo, which basically helps you automating some of the threat modeling process, right? So this is quite handy. You can either run this locally or you can use like a free service. However, the choice is yours, right? Like whatever you prefer here. So let's head over. And this is the user interface basically. So you need an OpenAI API key, which you put in here, and then you choose the model. So I choose ChatGPT 4.0, the latest. And then in here, you can describe your application. Like, is it a web application or what is it, right? Like mobile, desktop, cloud. What's the highest data sensitivity you're transporting? So it's like top secret. It's kind of military classified, but you get the point, right? Like top secret would also be credit card numbers or stuff like that. And then is the application internet facing, yes or no? And then what kind of authentication is it using, like MFA, OAuth, basic auth, single sign-on, like, or none, which is not good, obviously. And then to get started, it's super simple. Like you just take a file, like a network diagram. So I have a network diagram here, like a generic network diagram. I just upload this, and then you see it's being processed. And once it's being processed, it basically already describes the application. And that information here from the right-hand side also falls into this. And once you're happy with it, like read through this and say like, hey, this is my network diagram. This hits it, or make changes to it as you like. And then you say generate threat model. And then it's basically generating you a threat model for this specific diagram and the additional information you provided in here. And once it's done, it's fairly quick. It will call out like the typical threats, right? Like, so you have the spoofing threats, what could happen, tampering, repudiation, information disclosure. So it goes through all the different categories, and then you can download it as well, right? Like, so you can download that thing. You can generate an attack tree for that same threat model, which is quite useful, you know, and obviously you can integrate this further into your workflow. It's pretty good. You see here, like it even does diagramming and things like that. Mitigation advice, so suggest mitigations. Customers always want to know, hey, how can we lower our risk and things like that. And then it's also generating you this. And this is useful. I mean, it's not replacing the human eye, because it comes up with some stuff very often where it's kind of generic and things like that, but it does a pretty good job, and it does a pretty good overall threat modeling methodology. You still need to fine tune it, and you may have your own reporting requirements and whatnot, but it's helpful. It's definitely helpful. And so if you're into threat modeling, or if this is your day-to-day job, then I highly suggest to check it out. It's called Stride GPT. It's free. All you need is an API key from OpenAI to use it. That's all I wanted to show today around Stride GPT, and I see you in the next video.